Hello friends, welcome to Studio R. My name is Lauren Runyon and this is a 10-minute stress relief yoga class. Hello friends, welcome to Studio R. My name is Lauren Runyon and this is a 10-minute stress relief yoga class. This class is suitable for all levels and you won't need any props unless you are worried you might have a little tightness in your inner thighs. In that case, maybe grab 2 yoga blocks, pillows, books, whatever you might have on hand to help support your legs when we go into one of the asanas. Let's get started. So we're going to begin in a comfortable seated position, whatever that might look like for you. You could prop yourself up on a blanket or even a bolster if this feels like it's too much for your knees. Just bring your hands to heart center, close down the eyes if that feels good to you, or take a soft gaze. And let's just take a few breaths here to center our practice. Bringing your awareness to the belly button, inhaling through the nose, exhaling slowly out the nose. 2 more times at your own pace. And when you feel ready, just go ahead and open the eyes and bring your hands to your knees. And we're going to start to take circles in one direction, and you choose. I'm going to go towards the left, and I'm going to start really small. And you're going to start to notice if you have any tightness in your hip flexors, in the low back. And when it feels right for you, begin to take those circles just a little bit bigger. And even if it feels like the right thing for you, begin to open up the chest as you come forward. And using your hands and your knees as an anchor to make this posture exactly what you need for you today. And when you're doing this practice, I want you to listen to your body. We're going to go ahead and take it to the other side. Again, taking really small circles. Listening to your body and what you need means that you may not be doing what I'm telling you to do. Taking the circles a little bigger here, if you're following along with me. It means that you're doing what you hear your intuition telling you to do. And then come back to center. And this time, send the chest forward. Maybe the gaze comes up towards the sky. Hands are still on your knees. And as you exhale, you scoop the tailbone forward, round the spine. Gaze can come down towards the floor in front of you. Just a little cat-cow here. Inhale, scoop the chest forward, gaze comes up. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the tailbone. And then maybe you start to play here with your neck. I really move intuitively, so if you see me taking some movements that I'm not cueing you to do, you don't have to do them, but maybe invite curiosity to your own practice, moving and exploring what you might need. And then exhale, release, scoop this tailbone forward, round the spine, and then come back to center, placing your hands onto your shoulders. And if this isn't available to you, you really don't even have to touch anything. You could just bring your arms up here, because what we're going to do is some shoulder circles here. So if your fingertips reach your shoulders, let's take some shoulder circles in one direction. Again, they don't have to be touching, just taking this movement. Breathing throughout the exercise through the nose, and then let's take it the other direction. And so you'll find in this stress relief class, we're just going to be hitting like the main areas of where we hold stress in the body, relaxing your hands down. We're going to do some neck stretches. So taking your right ear towards the right shoulder. And if you'd like to make this a little bit more intense, you can place the left hand or the left fingertips to the floor, and then place the right hand onto the side of the head. And then you get to gauge the amount of pressure. You're not pulling down on the neck, but gauging what you need here to make the stretch a little bit more intense. 2 breaths here, 2 full breaths, so meaning inhales and exhales through the nose. Exhale, releasing, and now moving to the other side, dropping the left ear towards the left shoulder. Again, if you'd like to take this a little bit deeper, placing the right fingertips onto the floor, and then the left hand comes up to the side of the head, and then applying some pressure here. 1 more full breath. Exhale, release your hands, slowly bring your head back up to center. Inhale your arms overhead. Really stretch through the fingertips, stretch, elongating the spine. And as you exhale, we're gonna take a twist. So the right hand comes behind you, left hand comes to the knee. And if it feels good, you start to take the gaze past the right shoulder. And when we're in these seated twists, you still breathe through the diaphragm, but you might notice that there's a little bit more restriction. So concentrating your awareness of the breath at the belly button helps you really focus on that diaphragmatic breath. And that diaphragmatic breath is what helps us activate our parasympathetic nervous system, dropping us down, calming us down, and helping us relieve stress. Inhale, come back to center. Gaze can come up, following your fingertips, and then exhaling to the other side. So left hand comes behind you, right hand comes to the left knee, taking the twist to the opposite side. Again, taking the gaze over the left shoulder if that's available to you. If not, you just go wherever it feels right for your body. One more round of breathing here. Exhale, releasing the twist, coming back to center and making your way into a tabletop position. So for your tabletop position, you're going to start with stacking your knees underneath your hips and your wrists underneath your shoulders. I will recommend that if you do have any wrist injuries and it feels hard for you to be on your wrists, sending your weight back or bringing your hands a little bit in front of you may help that pressure you feel on your wrists. And let's just spend a moment here circling one direction really small, and then taking it the other direction. And then when it feels right, coming into a child's pose. So bringing the knees wide, big toes touch, palms come out in front of you, and letting your head sink down towards the floor. Your head may not touch. If you'd like it to touch, you could also place a block underneath the forehead. Walking your fingertips over to the right side of the mat, then feeling a stretch down the left side of the body. And exhaling and walking your hands all the way over to the other side, feeling the stretch on the opposite side. Inhale, coming back to center, coming back to that tabletop, and just moving into our final posture here, where we're going to come into cobbler's pose. And this is where, if you have some tight inner thighs, you may want to grab some props to support you in this posture. bringing the soles of the feet together. The more you have your feet in towards your body, the more intense this is going to be. So if you need less intensity, move the feet out away from you. And then also this is where you could place some props underneath your knees to support the strain or the pressure that you may feel here in that inner thigh. So finding what's right for you. And then if you can, clasping your hands onto around the feet or placing them wherever works for your body. And then you have the option here to start to fold forward. So I'm going to fold forward with a straight spine. You could round forward here with less activity. Or you can keep the spine straight. Two more breaths here. Slowly walk your hands back. And then if you need help lifting up those knees, go ahead and do that, coming back into that cross-legged position. And there you have it, our 10-minute stress relief yoga class. I hope that you feel like you've released some stress in the lower body, hip area, as well as the side body. And if you love this class, don't forget to hit subscribe to support the channel and so that you never miss another class. And leave a comment below. Let me know what you liked about the class, how you felt after. Thank you so much for being here.